I'm going to say this and then I ain't going to say nothing else. What goes on behind closed doors stays behind closed doors. Your relationship is not Vegas. See, y'all have got to learn to keep your mouth shut when it comes to what happens in your household. Plenty of people are broken up now or getting ready to break up or will break up soon because somebody in the household feels like they got to share everything with everybody for any reason. And you don't. You do not. People should not be privy to what's going on behind the closed doors of your household. Let me say this. Unless you are being physically or verbally abused, that's the only way anybody should know anything about what's going on behind the closed doors of your household, because verbal and physical abuse should not be kept silent. It should not be kept a secret. Other than that, people should not know what's going on behind the closed doors of your household. What goes on in your house stays in your house. That's right. All right? That is how that goes, so that you can keep your marriage together, so that you can keep your relationship going strong. Listen, that's what therapists are for. Okay? That's why if you need to go to a therapist, you need to go to a counselor, then get there. But your family members, your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your uncle, your cousin, your aunt, auntie, and all them folks, they are not counselors. They don't need to have a right and an inside look in your household. They don't. You don't need to ever be able to go to a restaurant with some friends and y'all sitting at the table and one of you or your mate tell what something that y'all might want to share, and somebody on that table other than somebody that live in your house should not be able to say, yeah, I knew that. No, they shouldn't be able to say that, because now somebody gonna go home salty. Somebody gonna go home upset because you told something that you should not have told. Okay? And I know that might have been a statement that might have been made at the table that you didn't know they were going to say. But at least y'all there together, and at least y'all can join in on the conversation, or you can kick one another under the table and say, don't say nothing, don't say nothing else. Just kick them under the table so that they can be quiet about the rest if that was something that you didn't want to share. But for the most part, what goes on in your household needs to stay in your household. People do not need to know every single thing that you're doing in your household. You're not going to ask me, what you wearing tonight? What you wearing to Patty's party tonight? Oh, baby, I don't know. I probably wear black or blue. The only thing I'll tell them is the color. I probably wear black or blue because I don't want you stepping up in there looking exactly like me anyway. And what Johnny wearing, I don't know what he wearing. You see what I'm saying? Y'all have to learn to keep your mouth shut. And I ain't talking about regular stuff like, what you cooking and things like that, and what you put in your potato salad and things like that. I'm not talking about that regular stuff. I'm talking about stuff that people simply don't need to know about. And you know what that is. You know that people don't need to know that your daughter's 16 years old and she pregnant. People don't need to know that. People don't need to know that, baby. That ain't their business. Y'all need to discuss that in your household between you and your man and what y'all gonna do. Now, if your daughter end up telling it, that's one thing. But at the end of the day, folk don't need to know that. Folk don't need to know the argument y'all had. Folk don't need to know that you or him stayed out all night. Folk don't need to know that. People don't need to know that, because let me tell you something about when you share what's going on in your household and what people have. Then they have expectations. They feel privileged to know, and then they get comfortable to ask questions about things that at that time you might not even be willing to share. So the way to solve that and to keep that cool, you keep your mouth shut. You don't tell what's going on in y'all household. Y'all know how I feel about that anyway, running off at the mouth, telling every single doggone thing that's going on in your life that people don't need to be privy to. I mean, regular conversation is regular conversations. What's the weather like? How's the job coming along? How the kids doing? Not the specifics. The specifics is nobody's business but your own. Okay? If a small argument does not need to be shared with the people in your family, because all you're doing is having your family and friends form opinions of your mate. And then there go problems. They don't like them. You done made up with them, and now they mad at them. They salty. They still got their mouth twisted every time they see them. You can't take them nowhere now because everybody mad at them because you done told something that he might have slipped and said, or she might have slipped and said, and you done went and told it, running off at the mouth, and now everybody mad at them, but you all right with them now. See, you see what I'm saying? So listen, baby, what goes on in the privacy of your home stays in your home, because guess what? This ain't Vegas. Your private life ain't Vegas, okay? All right? Keep your mouth shut about what you're doing in your household. It's your mates and your business only. Have an amazing day.